Welcome everybody. This is kind of an impromptu 100 sub special. I decided to just kind of throw together at the last minute. You've probably noticed if you've been around my channel for a while that all of my most recent videos have all revolved around rail fanning, and I haven't done any HO scale model training. And I'll kind of give a brief explanation as to why that is. I really had anticipated moving by now into a place where I could actually build a permanent layout. If you go back and watch my earlier videos, or if you've been around my channel for a while, you've noticed that all my HO scale videos have been using my Kato track on the floor, and I've got cats, and of course I don't want to leave it up permanently, so I gotta set it up, take it down, set it up, take it down, and that really was kind of taking a toll on me there for a while, and just thought, you know what, I gotta take a break from that. And it was kind of a much needed break, and then I just kind of fell into the rail fanning thing. There's a lot of rail fanning opportunities around my area, so it was kind of an easy thing for me to do. But I wanted to do something a little bit different, a little special video, even though it's not trains running, but just kind of let you know what I've been up to and maybe some new additions. As you can see on the table here, one of my one of my favorite new additions is the Line caboose by Athearn. It's one of my favorite cabooses, and we'll just kind of go through a few of the newest additions. There's a few others I'm not including here just because I don't feel that they're worthy or whatever, but just go over a few different ones here, and if you hang with me, we'll kind of just briefly go over these guys and one at a time. And next one here, let me see if it's in focus. Yep, the next one here is I'm not sure if I'm saying it right or not, but it's Mahano. It's an Alco C415 switcher. It's a 4-axle switcher, and as you can kind of tell from some of my videos, Burlington Northern is one of my favorite railroads, so you're going to see a lot of that moving forward. But this is actually probably my favorite switcher. Even though it wasn't very successful, they only made like 26 or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it's in the 20s, 26, 29, and it was kind of a flop. But for me, it's one of my favorite looking. It's just a neat looking switcher, and had been waiting for a while to pick one of these up, and it needed a little bit of repair, and seems to be running as good as probably what it can be. So anyway, moving on. The next one here is by Atlas. Let me move the camera back just a touch. This one's by Atlas. It says made in Japan. So I think that was when Kato and Atlas kind of teamed together and made stuff for one another. But this one here, it's an Alco C425 4-axle locomotive. Runs really smooth, as do any Kato equipped diesel. It's got a Kato engine, or motor I should say, and very smooth runner. And let's move on to an AHM. It's obviously you can see it's a Line AHM. It's an EMD GP18, and it's a 4-axle road switcher. And it doesn't run real smooth. I think it's a little better than like a Tyco, but probably not nearly as good as like a Blue Box Athearn or something. It's somewhere in between. But I just like Line, and it was brand new in the box. Literally, it was brand new. It needed a little bit of oil, and had to take it down and clean it up and put some proper oil and grease in it, and you know, it runs okay, but I like the looks of it. So moving on. Now this guy here is also an Athearn made in Japan, so it's got a Kato motor, and it's an RSD 4/5 6-axle road switcher. And let me turn it around here so you can maybe see. It's got the Black Widow paint scheme. And moving it back again here, I'm going to move it around for you. The railroad is a St. Louis and Southwestern, so there's probably not a lot of you know much about that railroad, and you're probably thinking, well, why has it got a Black Widow paint scheme? I'm going to make a video about that later at another time, and we can kind of cover that. I know most of you are used to either seeing the Black Widow paint scheme on Southern Pacific or Cotton Belt, but for sure, in fact, it was also on St. Louis and Southwestern, the RSD 4/5. And moving on, we have another Atlas over here, and this one here is the classic RS3 4-axle road switcher. Now, did I mention on that last one the RSD 4/5? That's a 6-axle. They look, body-wise, they look the same, but the big difference is one's a 6-axle, and this one here, the RS3, is a 4-axle. So anyway, another Burlington Northern there. Got two more here, so just hang with me. This one here, it's a Roco. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. A Roco F9. And this was on eBay for a long time, and I really hesitated about buying it because it wasn't tested, and you know, it was a little rough, and I think the guy wanted a little bit too much money for it, and finally came to terms, and I bought it, and sure enough, it didn't run, and took a little doing, had it apart about 3 or 4 times before it would run consistently. Doesn't have the light, although it did light up a couple times, but you know, for whatever reason, the last couple times I've tried it, the light doesn't turn on. So, but it's just kind of a neat locomotive. Probably not very prototypical, which I'm not too worried about that type of thing anyway. So if that's kind of your bag of beans, my channel's probably not going to be for you. If you're really counting the rivets and, you know, saying, hey, that's not prototypical or that's not right or whatever, you know, I'm not too much into that. So I apologize if you are and I'm not, but what's the old saying? My railway, my rules, you know, or whatever. Just kind of one of those things. And anyway, last but not least, this has been a problem child for me. It's running now. Let me get that better into focus here. This is a, let me move this back here just a touch. There we go. This is a Bachmann Spectrum EMC Doodlebug. And really wanted one of these for a long time, and I just, you know, I've seen some videos of these Doodlebugs. There's not a lot of them out there, but they had the Santa Fe war bonnet paint scheme like this one does. Let me turn it around, you can kind of get a better idea of what I'm talking about there. But I just thought, man, after seeing those videos, I was just so, that's the one I wanted, you know. There's a lot of cool Doodlebugs out there, and almost got a Rock Island one, but I held out. I finally got this one for a decent price. Got it, and it ran, but it was kind of loud. And for the life of me, I could not fix it. You know, it was one of the, well, it's the only locomotive I had to actually take to my local hobby store, and they had to work on it. They had it for quite a while before they was able to get it running. And knock on wood, it runs pretty good now. And you know, I'll take that. The lights work, and you know, it's a fairly smooth runner. And just love that paint scheme on it. But anyway, that's it. I just want to do a short video, kind of in celebration of 100 subs. I think we might be at 102 now or something. But wanted to let everybody know I haven't given up on the model railroading. I'm just still in the same place here, so for me to make any model railroading videos moving forward, I still have to set up my Kato unitrack on the floor, get everything set up, you know, get the camera going, and when I'm done, then I take it down, put everything away. And I know it's really not that big of a deal, but when life gets in the way and, you know, you're working full time, and it can just be a kind of a pain sometimes, and I will do some moving forward, especially now that wintertime is approaching and won't have as much opportunity to get outside with the good weather that we've had for quite a while. And you know, once it gets kind of crappy and cold and snowy, then you know, I'll probably go ahead and get the Kato unitrack out and run some of these here. So if there's any of these that spark your interest, let me know. If you prefer to see one or more than one of these run, you know, I'll make a list and start that first, and we'll go from there. But anyway, I want to thank everybody who visits my channel. I want to thank everybody who stops by, leaves comments, leave thumbs up, and especially for any of those who sub to the channel. It really means a lot to me, and I hope you all have a great week. Thanks for watching.